What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Trucker O coming to you with another video. I figured I wanted to do YouTube videos back then. I got encouraged by other people, other YouTubers before I got in the game. I've been driving about 5 years, and I got encouraged by other people. So I figured, I'm going to start some YouTube videos. And I think I did like two times I tried to attempt this. I did like one or two. And, if I could flip this camera around to show like the new guys something kind of interesting. Just like this trailer, but he's got to back up to move forward. And he's a Warner truck. Hopefully he's a bit experienced and knows what he's doing. I think he does, because for you to park there like that in that angle, you gotta know, because that's what I do. But I just want to kind of show new guys and stuff. Yeah, what was I getting at though? So I want to just give some tips on like the hardest part of trucking for the new guys. So this is going back to me trying to just bring out the information, some information to help people, especially aiming a little bit towards the guys that's new, what you could expect out here. Everyone's got their different strengths and weaknesses, but I'm gonna give you an overall perspective of what I think is, what I think tends to be, how do I perfectly state it, try to perfectly state it, is like, tends to be, some of these things might be hard for me, some of these things might not be hard for me, but what I tend to see, like overall ballpark. So even if I mention some, it might apply to me, might not, but it just applies to the overall industry, what I tend to see. So let's talk about it. All right. And this is just freestyling, I just figured I was like, what topic can I talk about? And I figured this is one that new people getting in the industry would want to know. So it's not no order, hardest to least hardest. It's not guaranteed. Everyone's got their own opinion. These are my opinions. And last but not least, it is kind of fucking snow. Oh, excuse my language. It's snowing now over here. I'm in the Bronx. But it's also just trying to help people out, give information, man. So, and this is freestyle, so I might miss a couple, might not. But let me try to get to it. 2 minutes 40. I know when I need information, I just want to freaking get to it. All right, so number one. All right. I'm remembering a question that I actually, some guy asked, they say no question is a stupid question, right? And no question is dumb, right? So don't judge or nothing like that. It's just people got different questions, man, before they're getting in the game. One guy asked one time, he's like, how do you stay up? How do you stay up? So I could say that I could put that somewhere in there, that it could be a little difficult in a couple different scenarios. Number one is if you're running extremely hard. Well, number one, from that, well, here goes the guy backing up. Let me put my lights on, take it. Oh, he's gutsy. Oh, he just moved out like that. Oh, shoot. He moved out just like that. He didn't even back up. I thought he was going to have to back up. So number 111 to the 111 power is when you were driving paper logs. And don't worry, the industry doesn't do paper logs no more. I would say probably somewhere around the 20 to 30% out there is doing paper logs. At a max, I think, around there. And those guys are used to it. They either like it, used to it. It's usually the case. But for the most part, the industry is e-logs, so you're not going to deal with that. So how do you stay up at night when you're running super hard with paper log, Hey, it was challenging sometimes, Number two, into that, number two of the sleeping part is, I would say, you got to be well rested, man, and you got to like to drive nights. Some people don't like the night shift, Me personally, I prefer the night shift all day, every day, to be honest with you. But, some people don't like the night shift, and it's difficult for them to stay up. A lot of people who've been in the game for a while, not all, some like the night shift prefer it still, but some don't even like to drive the night shift no more, How do you stay up? I would say number one is liking it. Number 2 is actually getting rest. So getting rest, liking it, and I mean, forget about it. If you're super tired and you got no rest, then forget about it. You're just gonna be dozing off in the rumble strip. So you don't want that. So I would say definitely. But if you're well rested and you see you're still falling asleep, I would say a part of it would be just get to talk and meet friends. You could talk to buddies. That's what a lot of us do out here, We talk to buddies, just burn miles, kick time, talk about kick it up, That's one way. Throw on some music. If you're extremely bad, and I don't recommend this for new drivers, and like I said, this might have been more applying to the paper log days. I would say just put the freaking window down, especially if it's cold out there. Just let that air hit you, man. Let that air hit your freaking face. You're not gonna feel comfortable, but you're gonna get up, at least for a little bit. Just keep doing that, And I'm gonna kind of bypass this one. That's kind of some things I could think about that. Let me see if I can think of another hard thing in trucking. Obviously, traffic. Traffic could be a freaking challenge. If you're in New York, if you're in what other states? There's quite a few cities. I'm from New York. I'm in the Bronx right now. Posted up. I just dropped off a load, Long Island. I came back to the Bronx to see if my dispatch could find something for today. If not, tomorrow's Monday. So, but I would say, what else? Another one. What was I just talking about, guys? Shoot, I lose track. Sorry. Traffic. Traffic could be a pain in the butt, man. Expected traffic, I guess a little easier because you're expecting it, but still pain in the butt. And number 2, the unexpected traffic. When just an accident happens somewhere, there's some kind of construction or whatever the case may be, and they shut down the highway for however long, half an hour and 1 hour, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what else, guys. So traffic is a pain in the butt. If you're sleepy on the road, it's like I said, if you're well rested and you don't have no health issues, I would take it you should be okay. It's gonna take a little adapting, but you should be okay with the sleeping thing. What else, guys? At times, dealing with the training part could be a little challenging. The training part could definitely be a little challenging. So that would be one of the hard steps to get through, because now I'm on my own, I'm just independent. I don't gotta worry about anyone telling me to go here, go there. Who wants that as a man? It's just our natural instinct. You don't want that, but you adapt to it because it's for the better cause, and eventually you be let loose to fly in your own. But that could be a challenge. When you're training, depending how you go about training, if you're training with a pretty common way, which you go to a company like Swift or Roll. By the way, go check out the last videos if you want to know more about some training companies in your first year in trucking. I threw a little knowledge out there. But yeah, if you're doing the more common way in like I said, training with Roll or these big companies, you're not home, excuse me. You're literally in a truck with someone for 24/7, 7 days a week, typically 3 weeks. That could be a challenge. It's 2 complete strangers in a truck, and that could be a challenge. So that part of the training phase could be very challenging, but stick it through, try your best to stick it through. Pro tip, you do get a couple of trainers most of the time because the industry understands that it could be hard to deal with people when you're sleeping in a small, whatever size this cubicle is, 24/7 a day. So that part of the training. The other part of the training, which I think Prime does a little different, don't mark me, but the more common way is you go to a school. The way I went is you go to a school and then you go literally a school that the company doesn't own. Some of them own them, but it's the way I went for 3 weeks, and that's a different training. That's just to get your CDL. So the other one that I was just talking about is when you already have your CDL, to go get experience with a trainer for about a month or so. But this one that I'm talking about is the training that actually, what do you call it, guys? It's the training that yada 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 yada. Oh, that you're just getting your CDL first. That one could be tricky. Some trainers are some trainers are a little, I don't know. They just you make a wrong turn, they expect you to know everything sometimes in the beginning. Like, come on, man, you're freaking new. They're like mad that you didn't get it the second try. Not all trainers, but some. It could be that could be a challenge anyway. So the training part could be a challenge. What else out here, guys? I don't want to get too in depth into all of them. I guess you can find more information on each one on your own. But what else is another hard part, guys? I'm trying to give you over here. Parking, for sure. Now, the perks of parking, if you drive at night, are pretty darn good. You park wherever you want, whenever you want. If you're a night driver and you wake up in the morning, you are good to go, for sure. No, if you're a night driver, now you wake up in the morning, but you go to sleep in the mornings, you are definitely good to go. But if you're not a night driver, you're a morning driver, you are going to have to learn your areas little by little. What time gets a little more packed. You're not always going to be accurate, but they got an app that helps you too, that shows you which spots are packed and stuff like that, which spots have empty spaces. So parking definitely could be a challenge. That is going to be a challenge. Your trainer will tell you more about that if you're getting in the game. Just like a parking shortage, But you tend to make it happen after a while. You learn, little tricks to the game to keep you parked up. Trying to think of some other ones. I like the job, man. I like the job. So, I'm a pretty positive person. Like, if you give me anything negative, I'm probably too positive, man. I'll sit here and twist it up and just look for the positive in it. So it's a little hard for me to give the hard parts of the job, but I'm trying my best here, trying to keep it real with you. Everyone, like I said, have their strengths and weaknesses, so I might miss some that I don't really consider hard, but some people do consider hard. What else, guys? I'm trying to give you another one. In the beginning, backing will be difficult, for sure. It's just so damn difficult, and you start to get that feeling that, man, am I ever gonna get this thing the way? And you're looking at all these other guys doing it on a regular, and you just start thinking to yourself at times, am I ever gonna get this the way this freaking guy gets it? Almost seems impossible, and it's almost never gonna happen. Sometimes you can feel like that, but the more you practice, the better off you will be. So don't sweat it too much, don't sweat it too much. You will get it, but just practice. Always get out and look. Guys. It just doesn't make sense, especially in the beginning when you're new, because you don't understand the mirrors as much as you need to. Always get out and look. Blindsiding, forget about it. Get out and look 29,000 million times if you have to. Even I get out and look like 29,000 million times today, and I've been driving 5 years if I'm blindsiding. Always get out and look, guys. So backing is gonna be a hard part in the beginning. It's a very hard part in the beginning, but like I said, you will get it with time and practice. What else, guys? I think that kind of sums it up. Yeah, it kind of does. It's probably quite a few more things, but as you see, it's things that could be worked on, and it's things that could be, traffic, you can't really work on that, right? It's just traffic, but you could still plan your trip better to not hit that area, or maybe bypass it if you can at certain times. What else, man? What freaking else? I feel like I got some more for you guys. I don't want to sit here and stall you all these freaking darn minutes. What else? That's about it. Oh yeah, another hard part is the first year, guys. You don't make that much money unless you take initiative as soon as possible. But you want to get the experience, 4 months, 6 months at least, minimum. Depending what company you get with, starter company, I would say look for all the knowledge you can in that. If you're a new driver, definitely look for all the knowledge, because I looked up so much knowledge and I did a lot of research, and I probably could have got to the 60K to 80K real quick the first year, man. If I would have, quicker than I did, if I would have just freaking looked up a little bit more knowledge, definitely look up the local companies. I tell you, local companies I see that accept you, whether it's the LTL or whatever. There's a pro tip. Local companies that accept, just get your CDL and just do your thing, man. Look up them local companies, them LTLs that take you your first year, even if you could train with them better. those dudes tend to pay very well, even starting out, you know. Yeah. So I would definitely look into that. I saw a video on some guys. They were with this one company. They were teaming. Good guys, man. And they were like, I don't know, man. They were like, they were real good guys, but they were like in this company making way too little money, out there for weeks at a time. You know, I think that was like kind of overdoing it. But I don't know. My first year, I wasn't making much money either. I was with Swift, and I tell you, it didn't even cross my mind. I'm very self-motivated. I like to chase it and always look for better. And I kind of went in a pause that first year. I don't know how, why, what the heck. I don't know what it was. I can't even remember or call it. All I know, I went in a pause, and my little motivation before that, after that, I've always been motivated, looking for more. But that first 6 months, I was in a super pause because I was just freaking enjoying the road. I was just liking the views, every state, you know. So, you know, but yeah, definitely. As soon as you're ready, man, just do your due diligence and look for a better company. Listen, I gave you some of the hard parts. Might just let you go right here because I don't know. I feel like, see if I can think of another one really quick, guys. This is really for the guys trying to get in you, or, you know, the backing, taking your turns in the streets could be pretty hard, especially if you're in the city. But you get used to it, you know. Let me give you a tip. You know, keep trying to get some tips while I tell you some hard things. All right, so if you're making your turn and you see there's a car there, don't try to fight the guy. Stay focused. Don't be mad that he's over here squeezing in on you in the little side. Just slowly inch your way in. That's it. Just slowly go in. Stop and slowly continue. Somebody's gonna let you in eventually, you know. Don't sit here and try to race somebody turn, especially not a car. Or no one at all. It's just not worth it, especially your first year. You don't need them problems. You're the professional driver, so you might be held pretty liable more than you should be. So take that into consideration. What else? Turns. We talked about backing. We talked about the sleep. We talked about what else, guys? I might hold this right here, guys, or I might not. Just really want to get as much information as I can. Now, let me light a cigarette real quick, see if I can think of another thing, guys. And this is me, like, this one does not bother me, but I just remembered, this is a very big one for a lot of people. Being away from home. Ding, ding, ding. When you had to do edits, a little light bulb would have came up on top of my head. Being away from home, guys. The first year, if you're going a pretty common way, you know, to these big companies that send you to trainers, stuff like the Swifts and stuff like that, you will be away from home quite a bit, especially the first year. You're going to get home time, especially the first 4 months for sure. You're going to be away from home because training alone is going to take you away from home. You're not really going to stop that training. That's going to be at least around a month and a half. And then you're looking at about, sorry, I'm a chain smoker. I got to stop, but whatever. Anyway, you're looking at about, what is it, guys? Being away from home overall. The guys don't like it, you know. This could really be like a lifestyle, you know. If you're out here, it could be a lifestyle more than just a job. I mean, you know, everything involves your truck. When you go to sleep, when you wake up, when you eat, when you this, when you that, when you go to work, all involves your truck, you know. So take that into consideration. If you don't want to be home if you don't want to be on the road, just sacrifice 4 or 6 months. But like I said, look for them LTL companies. Look for them right now. Even if you're looking for a job, like you're thinking about getting into trucking school, look for those trucks that don't have like the sleeper in the back. You know, some people don't know. You'd be surprised. So look for the ones that don't have a sleeper in the back that you could all you can see is the driver's seat. If you were driving behind it, like coming from behind him, all you can see is the driver's seat, a little window in the back where you can tell he don't got a bed back there. If you can tell you don't got a bed back there in that truck, take that company, mark it down, and keep that in your list. Give them a call and see if they're hiring you guys. You know, usually they pay very well as well. You know, you're not gonna start off in them big company salaries or pay. You're gonna start off pretty well paid, man. So keep all those, write all those down that you see that they don't have a sleeper in the back, and you can tell they don't have a bed or nothing in the back. And just when you're ready to make your move and you're gonna go to trucking school, whatever, go do your 4 or 6 months. Hey, I mean, go do your 2 months. Just get your license. Come back to these guys. You know. So that's a pretty hard part, being away from home for a lot of people. Me, I don't mind it. I have no kids, I have no wife. It benefits me. I stay out here, I pay no rent, I got no rent, nothing. Just bam, 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 bam. Just stack my money, you know? If I'm home, I spend the minute I get home. I park my truck, there goes an Uber to my house. Or Uber back, you know? I ain't walking this shit in this damn coat. It goes an Uber to my house or Uber back, you know? Just like that, you spend freaking 20, 30 bucks. Just like that, if I would have stood on the road. So for me, it benefits me, you know. What else, guys? This year, we got a video for another day. I'm working on getting out of debt, man. I just made some bad choices. Listen, having your own authority in your own truck is the way to go. For sure, 100%, in my opinion. And I had that. I lasted about a year and a half, but made some poor choices, you know. That's probably its own video by itself, so I'll talk about that one day. Having your own truck and your own authority. I never leased on to nobody. I had a paid for truck, and I was still I was making $3,000 a week take home, at least $3,000 a week, man, for sure. And look, I was still, the time I got into it, I had like 50,000. By the time I had all my permits and everything, and the pay for truck and everything, I had about $8,000 left. And I think one time I made it back to 15,000 saved up. And this is making $3,000 a freaking week, yeah. You know, and like I said, I maybe almost made it to 15,000. And then that's it. And then I